If you're seeing this, then this is your new moon in Virgo messages. Hi, welcome. My name is Lara. We are going to take a look at what we're meant to focus on under this new moon energy. The new moon in Virgo that is happening, it's kind of depending on where you are. It's August 22nd or August 23rd. I'm on the East Coast in the United States, so that means it's sort of both. It was like at between 2 and 3 in the morning where I am. So it's sort of like a two-parter situation. If you were feeling it yesterday, if you're feeling it still today, whatever the case may be, all of this energy is around. We're floating in it. This is one of 2 Virgo moons that we're going to have this month. So buckle up. This is also the last new moon before eclipse season, which is coming up. So buckle up. We're going to get into it though. And if you're seeing this, this is, like I said, the Virgo new moon. If you're finding it around that time, then this is the energies that we're all swimming in and working with. If you're seeing this video and it is not around August 22nd or 23rd in 2025, that's okay too. There are messages potentially in this reading that were meant to find you when they did. So you know what's right for you. Use your best judgment. Think for yourself, okay? Honestly, like that's the greatest power that we all have at this particular moment in time, okay? Make your own decisions. You know what's right for you. You know your situation much better than I do, much better than probably any other person, because they're not living your experience, okay? So take what's helpful. Ideally, you might find something that is insightful, that brings you some clarity. If nothing else, you'll find it entertaining, all right? This is for you to make your choices around what's happening in your life right now, okay? And yeah, this is a general reading. So it may not, sometimes it is depending on who you are, but it may not be super specific to whatever situation you have going on, because this is for everyone who's coming to the video. And I'm one of those people too. So we're all in this together. All right. We've got this new moon. Okay. What we're going to do, I have my Dragon Path Oracle to see who is here to guide us through underneath this new moon in Virgo energy. I also have my tarot cards and I have the moon deck. We'll get 3 cards from the tarot deck that tell us what it is we're meant to be focusing on. And in order to focus on that, what are we releasing and what do we need to bring in? Okay. Potent energy. So Virgo also, first of all, new moons are the reset of the lunar month. Okay. Virgo is also the season we've just moved into. Virgo is detail oriented. It is meticulous. It is about purity and perfection and the details, right? The devil is in the details. That is Virgo energy. So whatever you have going on right now, I think a lot of what I've been getting with this moon is also a black moon on top of all of the things. So I think what I've been picking up too is like a lot of it that's been coming to me has been about distraction. Okay. And what distractions do you need to release in order to call in whatever manifestations you may be working on? Okay. Even if you're not working on manifestations. Okay. There's the new moon requires a release in order, because you have to make space for what you're bringing in. Okay. So if you're feeling, also if you're feeling called to like clean your house, do it. Get off your ass, clean your house, tackle that closet, whatever that is gotten out of control, declutter that table, that dresser, what have you. Get rid of things that you have been meaning to get rid of. Okay. So this is a lot of that as well. A lot of that has been coming in for me. So maybe that resonates with you. I think those are kind of the themes that we're getting. There's also a million trillion other things that are happening in the sky. And like, I don't really know much about them because I just gotta keep it real simple right now. All right. That's just me. That's like what I need to do. But there's a lot going on. So, like major transits and things like that. But, it's big energy and it's potent and full of potential. Okay. I think Virgo is great about bringing potential into the reality, if that makes sense. Okay. It's very practical energy. It's an earth energy. So, but let's just get into it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling right now. I've been called to rest. So I'm a little tired. And yeah. And it's interesting because it's all been like, you know, a lot of times we think that like pushing harder, overworking, doing more is really what's going to get us places, when a lot of times it is actually stopping to rest. So anyway, so that's where I'm at. And that's also why this video is like a little late because I literally was resting. So anyway, but let's get into it, shall we? Let's see what kind of a message we have. First up, you ready? Are you ready? First up, let's do our Dragon Path Oracle cards. Let's see what dragon, oh wait, hang on. Let's see what dragon is here to walk us through the portal of this new moon, okay? This black moon portal. So could we please have one dragon to guide us through? There it is. Thank you. Let's see who it is, shall we? Ew. Oh, we love to see it. Freedom. Freedom. Look at that. Freedom. I don't think I've ever really seen this card before. There's some light that's coming in here. Okay, this could be representing divine insight or inspiration. The dragon itself is actually seemingly moving downwards, and you see these little flowers down here? I think that's so interesting. There's like a ring of flowers. It's giving like a fairy circle or something. Maybe he's not moving downwards. Maybe he's being pulled up by the light. I don't know. This is really interesting. Let's read what it says. Freedom. Freedom. Let go and trust the process of life and the universe. Okay, so yeah, definitely life with the flowers being alive. Freedom frequently appears when we have been kidding ourselves about a particular situation or scenario we find ourselves in. You may be feeling overwhelmed with responsibility or trapped by circumstance. Or maybe It's simply a feeling of disquiet and anxiety. She says, open your heart and you will see the inner truth of any situation. Don't be afraid of the truth, for it can be as liberating as it is healing. Change is the single constant in your world, and you have learned to fear that change. Let it go, for it is your gilded cage. Give yourself wings and come fly with me. You can only be truly free once you release your strong need for control. Stop trying to control outcomes. Okay? She continues, be brave, follow your inner guidance. Only you can set yourself free. I know that's the truth. Let go and trust the process of life in the universe. Take time out, free some time for you to dance, play music, get back to that yoga practice, listen to water, catch the wind in your hair, seek out a place of quiet solitude in nature, sit quietly and simply be. Okay. So that's what we have for our Dragon Oracle, freedom. Freedom. Okay. So let's go ahead. I like where this is going though, because I don't know about you, but I am definitely working on, like, if I were to say that I am here to manifest anything, it is freedom in all senses. So I think this is really interesting. The last couple weeks of readings, I feel like, have been a lot about the stipulations around freedom, right? If you've been here, we do our Tarot Tuesdays every week. We have our new moons. We have our full moons once every month. So yeah, okay, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and ask the cards. We're going to get 3 cards, if you don't mind. Could our first card please be what we are meant to focus on, the collective of people that are coming to this video? What are we here to focus on under this energy? Hang on. Okay, no, I was shuffling and 2 cards fell out and I just need 1. Okay, so can I just have 1 card? Thank you. Thanks. Perfect. Okay, let's do another card that will represent what it is that we are letting go of. And then this here, okay, thank you, is what we're meant to call in. Okay, give me 1 second. No, that wasn't it. Okay, let me have, please, just 1 card of what we're calling in, considering what it is we're meant to focus on. That is it. Okay. Okay, great. All right, now let me take a look. I'm going to piece this together and I'm going to be right back. Okay, let's start with our shadow cards, shall we? Shadow cards. Shadow cards. These are representing our subconscious, and whether or not you're aware of this energy, this is what is just below the surface for you at this time. A lot of what's here is the sense of feeling very stuck. Like no matter the steps that you've been taking, it hasn't felt like you've made much progress. I think with the Queen of Pentacles as well, a lot of this progress that you're trying to make has to do with this energy of caretaking almost parenting yourself, especially in a material sense. And it maybe has felt like you haven't made a lot of progress in this area. The Wheel of Fortune is underneath that, which is interesting because it does seem that there is a shift. You're certainly ready for a shift. And yet it's like there's still a lot left as far as like tapping into like the ability to tap into the things that ignite your passion. With the Knight of Wands here, there's been an inability to move on what excites you and what lights you up. And also this feeling of like impatience with that. Like you haven't been able to move. You're feeling really impatient. And there's a lot of misalignment that you're dealing with internally with the Lovers in reverse. There's disharmony between the parts of yourselves, like bringing them together. Okay. But the Temperance card is here because there is this energy of finding the balance. There is an energy of transmuting all of the feelings around this into something that you can work with, okay? And transmuting it into something that is supportive, like a supportive foundation. Okay, so whatever it is that you are struggling with as far as like feeling like things aren't progressing, maybe you don't feel like you can really stand in your authentic self, in your authenticity. And it's like you're rushing yourself in your natural like process. Okay. Again, with the Freedom card, you have to let go and step in. I think the universe is stepping in to do a lot of this for you, but only if you let it. Because with freedom, it's like we talked about with this, which is so common, a lot of the ways in which we keep ourselves in bondage are the things that we do to ourselves. Okay. Is this making sense? I hope so. Because as far as what it is that we're here to focus on under this new moon energy, it's like pretty exciting. It looks like we have the Eight of Wands, which is movement. Okay. Whether that is literal, maybe you're actually moving or traveling. You could be moving house, apartment, what have you. You could be traveling. You could be beginning a new adventure in any kind of capacity. With the Wands, it is creative, it's passionate. And you see how all of these wands are like all focused in the right direction. So this is also kind of giving me the sense of like getting your focus together is the energy under this moon. Maybe a lot of the distraction, why you're feeling stuck, is all of this other stuff. Maybe you're not feeling free to be who you are, but you're still sort of like pushing yourself and and like ignoring what you need to bring to light. So I don't know if that makes sense. Whatever, that's what it was. But the Eight of Wands, it's a lot about focused intention here. Everything's moving towards the same goal. Okay? At the end of the day, it's movement. Okay? So that's what we're here to focus on under this energy. And the energy that we're meant to release. I think this was really interesting, actually, because we have the Eight of Wands, and then also between the energy that we're meant to release and the energy we're meant to bring in, we have a 4 and a 4. 4 and 4 is 8. And I think that's just really interesting how they are flanking the Eight of Wands. So 4, 8, 4, 8. But as far as what we're releasing, the Four of Swords in the reverse. So kind of like I touched on earlier, what we need to release in order to focus with the Eight of Wands is this idea that we're not allowed to rest in this process. The idea that you have to constantly be hustling or grinding, this is actually not keeping you focused. It burns out your energy. Okay? And it can make you less productive over time. Not to mention the health benefits of living it's not benefits, it's detriments. Right? You don't just like make your sleep back, okay? If you're like, oh, I only slept 6 hours, but I'm going to sleep 10 hours tomorrow, that's not how that works. Like the damage is already done. So this idea that you have to constantly push yourself beyond your capacity needs to be released. Under this energy, because that is not helping you get yourself focused on where you want to be going. Okay. And as far as what we're bringing in, we have the Four of Cups in reverse. Okay. Both of these fours are in reverse as well. It's just so interesting. The Four of Cups in reverse. Now, this is certainly, I think, a shift of attitude. Okay. As far as what we're shifting into, I think for some of us, it may be shifting into a place of more appreciation and gratitude for where we are. I think others of us, it's really shifting into a place of like freedom, but freedom from what? Freedom in the sense that your perception is what you make it. So maybe it's freeing your perception of where you are, of where you want to be going, being careful not to like shifting. I could also see shifting out of like negative mindsets here. Which maybe has to do with Jupiter being in whatever it's in right now. I forget what sign it's in, but is it Gemini? Either way, your thoughts and your words are powerful, and Jupiter expands on all of that. So shifting out of these negative spaces, shifting into an energy of freedom, even if you don't feel free. maybe finding and appreciating those places, the ways in which you are already free in your life. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm picking up on. Is that okay, sorry. That's kind of what that's kind of what I'm picking up on here. I think it can be a combination, different things for different people. I think it could be a combination of things. I think it could be all of the things for some of us. It really just kind of depends. But that's what I'm picking up on what we're meant to bring in, okay? Because there is this real need to move forward. We are freeing ourselves from something, and we need to focus that energy up to move us to where we need to go, okay? Despite the feeling of feeling stuck. I have a feeling you feel stuck because you're tired. You need to rest. And I'm going to tell you this too, because this is really funny. I woke up today, and the last time I used my moon deck was a couple weeks ago when I did the full moon, the last full moon that we had. I don't even know if this happened a couple weeks ago or when this happened, but very randomly, underneath the desk that I sit at here where I do these tarot readings, I have like a little like storage dresser, like file cabinet container. And I don't even know why it's not like I don't look in this place, because I'm looking at it for things all the time. But for whatever reason, I looked at it from a different angle. And I noticed that there was a card from this deck that had fallen towards the back of the top of the filing cabinet, on top of it, but it had fallen towards the back. I have no idea when this happened, okay? Because like I said, it's been a week and a half, 2 weeks since I've even used this deck, if that's when it even happened. Anyway, long story short, I was like, oh, I wonder what it is. What's my moon card for the day? And it literally was the card that was like, you look and feel your best when you prioritize rest. And I thought about sharing that at the beginning of the video, like when I was getting set up and I was getting ready, and I was like, I always like pre-shuffle just to clear energy out anyway. And I thought maybe I should like tell this story. And I was like, no. I'm just going to let the reading do its thing. And then here we are with that same message. So there we go. That being said, let's get a moon deck oracle card here and we will wrap this up, okay? So could we please have some advice or encouragement from our moon oracle deck, moon deck? Could we please have one card just to kind of, there we go. I feel like we got this one last time. Love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. I feel like we got this recently, so we're really hammering this home. Love and intimacy flow into my life effortlessly. Yeah, we don't have to try so hard, man. Like, you got to free it up to flow. Okay? Let's see what it says. Every relationship is a lesson in love, challenging us to go deeper into the infinite realm of intimacy. Connection is our nature and vital for our health. Above any, didn't the Freedom card talk about connecting with nature? Above any outside relationships, however, when we drop into a loving romance with ourselves, we heal the blocks to true intimacy and can share more deeply with another. Everyone has gone through something that has changed them in some way. Barriers to love and intimacy may be rooted in distant or recent experiences. Wherever you are on this path, this card asks you to remain open. Trust that you can forge rich, loving connections with others. Intimacy comes in many forms. Adjust your perspective. Walk as a loved person. Embrace your most intimate romance, the one you have with yourself. Lean into your own heart and feel the warm embers of your love. So this one also comes with a ritual suggestion, which is using roses, either infusing like some water, making some rose tea, and adding that tea to the bath with the roses, or soak your feet or what have you. Okay. Just make sure that there's roses that are safe to use, especially if you're drinking them. You know, you don't want those pesticides, right? But yeah, use roses, and roses are they're considered the lotus of the West in like Western ceremonial magic tradition. They're really, really magical. They are used in love and protection and all kinds of work. So there you have it. Show yourself some love. Show yourself some love. Rest. You are on a path of freeing yourself, but you have to make space for the universe to work with you. That's what I got. That's what I've got. All right. So I hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments. Like, share this video, subscribe to the channel, whatever you want to do. I'll be back here for Tarot Tuesday regardless. If you want to check out any of those videos, again, those are all, I have everything in a playlist for you, nice and organized. And a new one will be coming up in the next couple of days. Also, there's all kinds of information down below if you want to like connect with me or like whatever. You can check that out down there. And then, yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. Yeah. It's time to focus. It's time to focus up. And part of that focusing is focusing on our rest and shifting our perspectives so that we can free ourselves from all the things that are holding us back. All right. So yeah, I'll be doing this work with you. So, thank you so much for being here. And I will see you I'll see you on the other side.